The Full Files.
The world thought he was a hero who beat cancer. But the truth that emerged years later would become one of the biggest lies in sports history. The year 1999. Millions of people are in front of their televisions. A man is leaving his rivals behind one by one on the roads of France. He is not just winning a race, he is giving people hope. Because a few years ago, doctors had told him he wouldn't survive. He had beaten cancer, and now he was winning the toughest cycling race in the world. Newspapers were calling him the Miracle Man. Little did anyone know. About a decade later, the same man would be at the center of the biggest scandal in sports history. Today, we are telling the story of Lance Armstrong's incredible rise and how he lost everything. Childhood, September 18, 1971. Lance Armstrong was born in the state of Texas, USA. His father left the family when he was still a little boy. His mother raised him all alone. Life was not easy. However, Lance had an endless sense of competitiveness inside him. He started swimming at a very young age. Later, he transitioned to triathlons. He would train for hours. While his friends were having fun, he was practicing. His coaches used to say only one thing about him: this kid is not ordinary. By the time he was 17, he had become one of the best young triathletes in America. But his goal was even bigger: cycling and the World Championship. Rise. He turned professional in 1992. He was aggressive. He feared no opponent. It didn't take long for him to attract attention in international competitions. In 1993, he won the UCI Road World Championship. He was only 21 years old. Experts said a new legend had been born. But life had a very different plan for him. Part 3: Cancer. 1996. One day, during a race, he began to feel strangely unwell. He underwent medical tests. The results were devastating. Advanced testicular cancer. The cancer had spread to his lungs. Tumors had formed in his brain. Doctors told him his chances of survival were very low. For an athlete, there could hardly be worse news. Surgeries, chemotherapy, months of treatment. Many people believed his career was over. But Lance refused to give up. He fought for his life. He beat cancer. That was exactly why millions of people admired him. Because his story wasn't just about sports. It was about hope. Part 4: The Miracle. 1999. The Tour de France. The biggest event in professional cycling. Lance competed. He won. The world was stunned. The following year, he won again. Then again. And again. 7 consecutive victories. A feat no one had ever achieved before. The world now saw him as the greatest cyclist of all time. Sponsorships, books, television appearances, multi-million-dollar deals, a cancer foundation. Lance Armstrong was no longer just an athlete. He was a global hero. But behind the scenes, different rumors were beginning to spread. Part 5: The Doubts. Some journalists, some former teammates, had been asking the same question for years. Was such an extraordinary level of performance really possible? The allegations, the accusations kept growing, but Lance denied every single one of them. He even filed lawsuits against those who accused him. For a long time, public opinion remained on his side, because people want to believe in their heroes. Part 6: The Fall. 2012. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency completed its extensive investigation. Numerous former teammates testified that systematic doping had taken place. As a result, Lance Armstrong was stripped of his Tour de France titles and banned from professional cycling for life. The image he had spent years building collapsed within days. Sponsors terminated their contracts one after another. He lost millions of dollars. His fans were left deeply disappointed. Confession, 2013. During a televised interview with Oprah Winfrey, Lance Armstrong admitted that he had used performance-enhancing drugs throughout his career. The interview was watched by millions of people around the world. The allegations he had denied for years were now confirmed by his own words. It became one of the most unforgettable confessions in the history of sports.
Did you do it?
Chapter 8. Today, years have passed. Lance Armstrong is still remembered as one of the most controversial figures in sports history. Some emphasize that he overcame cancer and inspired millions with hope. Others point to the systematic doping that overshadowed his achievements. Both are part of the same story, and perhaps that's exactly what makes this story unforgettable. A person can be both an inspiring icon and a profound disappointment at the same time. So what do you think? Was Lance Armstrong simply an athlete who made mistakes, or one of the greatest frauds in the history of sports? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the next episode, we'll explore the events that shook the career of one of Hollywood's most successful actors.